Hi guys, Hotshot here, and welcome back once again to another video. Today we're gonna play some multiverses, and I'm just gonna chill and talk to you guys, just overall about some stuff I've been wanting to do on the channel and kind of bring progress going forward. So obviously multiverses is one of the games that I do enjoy playing, obviously, and even if we win or lose in these games, I do just want to chill and just talk to you guys. So for this one, I'm kind of in this loophole of like what games I still want to like cover, or just mainly want to stick to until a certain game comes out. I've been legit just waiting right now till like Marvel Rivals comes out, because that game just looks great. I heard that the console beta might come out, I think, at the end of the month, so that's going to be interesting. I'm just very excited for some stuff to finally like drop for it, because it's just been that thing of I've been trying to wait for it, and it comes out like officially next year. I don't know the like month it comes out, but I do know it's gonna be like interesting. I don't know, like the problem with like majority of these games that fumble a lot of the time, they just kind of just fall off so fast, and it kind of just makes it like a bit unfun to even mostly play due to like half the time I'm like just simply like trying to find like a main game to cover. It's just rough. It's just weird because it's like, oh, like for example, like the ASIM genre just kind of just blows every time. It's like there's like always a game trying to like dethrone DVD or something like that, and then you see the games like with Evil Dead that like died so quick because of the lack of content for how long it was. Then you got Texas Chainsaw Massacre that just fumbles because of the lack of content, also for a $40 game. It just becomes like a weird vibe to where it's just like these ASIM games just fumble every single time something drastically comes out. And then you get like Killer Clowns that like last like barely even any time at all for how things were for it. It still just lacks a lot, you know. I mean, they just did the roadmap announcement yesterday, and it's still like, it was good, but it was just a little bit too late, if you get what I'm saying. It just wasn't like that time frame for it, just wasn't good enough for it to just like last that long, and it just became like a weird time for it to even like really drop for anything, because, you know, I've heard like a bit of a rumor that like, oh, like the devs weren't gonna update the game anymore. And it just becomes like a weird thing of like, how long are they gonna just not update the game? Because apparently they like were so curious as to why is Killer Clowns not getting a lot of attention. I mean, it did on day one, but it was just like the Xbox patch for one of the updates just took way too long to do, and it was just so strange how like it took that long. And like majority of the time they just had no clue what they were doing, so Killer Clowns just suffered so much from just not, you know, it's also the mechanics of it, and just like the long time for content. They announced a roadmap yesterday, and it looked good, but the problem was just it just took too long for them to really like get anywhere. And it's just hard for me to cover these games that just have lack of content, no real progression. Like TCM, oh, you're level 99, but then you can't go past this. You can't go past it. I mean, yeah, you get like those blackout outfits for like majority of the characters that you own or whatever, but at the same time, it just doesn't hit as hard, because it's like it should have been in the game at launch. Like, a lot of the changes that they've done to that game just isn't like the greatest. And then not only on top of that, like multiverses is a fun game to play. Problem is just there's still a lot of problems with it. Like balancing is still an issue with it. You know, just everything on the side of things just lacks a lot in most areas, and then you just can't really like do anything that's fun about it for a certain time. And again, it's just like there was just lack of content, I think, a little bit on the one side. I mean, yeah, you have a battle pass, you have in-game currency to like grind for and stuff, but it just wasn't like, the problem was just like it doesn't feel the same as the beta. and it's still just like the beta was a lot better. I'll say that because of the speed of stuff. Like felt a lot smoother to have, and obviously the balance of the characters was definitely impacted by like majority of the time. So it was like, oh, like multiversus is a fun game, but it just lacks right now. And then there's the argument that, oh, the game is dying, and obviously things like that. I think it was like a lot of people playing the game and stuff, and you know, it just became like that problem of why is it going to shit? And that's the same problem with Killer Clowns, is that it just the devs didn't know why the game was struggling to do well, because of numbers, and obviously DVD still holds the test of time of like still being that ASIM game that people are still going to play. You got like the top content creators like Otstarva and True Talent that still probably come up with ideas to make the game better, but at this point, like, there's just nothing to do. I think the Fog Whisperer program is just a joke, in my opinion at least. I mean, to those who are Fog Whisperers, I applaud you for getting your recognition shown, because you do deserve it. I'm just saying, based off of all the history of being a Fog Whisperer from like certain content creators, you know, they've had their issues being shared and people coming and going, leaving, so it kind of has their moments here and there, but still, it just becomes a problem with DVD because of their issues with, like, you know, the balancing problems because of the ASIM world. But the only reason why they're so popular is just because of fucking Michael Myers being into the game, I think around launch or just like after launch or something, because the problem with TCM is also the fact that they focus so much heavily on the lore, and it just becomes like a problem in most of the times that in those ASIM games. Like DVD was, I think, a heavily lore-based game, and then once they realized that the lore wasn't really kicking it, they decided to stop doing that, and then they changed over time. And then the game started to pick back up when Michael Myers got into the game, and everyone started playing Michael, and then the game just popped off ever since then because of their licensed characters. Like now, they have like what, Freddy, Michael, then they got like Ghostface, and they got like fucking Nemesis from like all the Resident Evil, like Wesker, you know, stuff like that to make the game interesting. But at the same time, it was just like, yeah, this game is still gonna hold the test of ASIM games because there's no game to really competition with it. Evil Dead had so much potential to do it. It was one of the best ASIM games that I ever played, in my personal opinion. Like, I thought it was way better than DBD for the time that I played it. Like, I wasn't gonna dethrone the game, I just wanted DBD to have some competition to kind of like move away from these games, but it just wasn't gonna happen the way it was. But it's just, it is what it is in that case. But I don't know, it's a weird thing, because right now, like, Evil Dead just kind of went its own south way, and I really wish the game was still around to successfully do well, because I really wanted it to succeed. Because that's a problem also with ASIM games, is that the fucking DVD people that still play Dead by Daylight just want to shit on the game, and then you got those motherfuckers that just don't have anything else better to do, and it just became just a joke after all that time. Oh, I just took a lot of damage there, but I don't know. It's just, I just don't know what game to really cover at this point, because it just becomes an issue to where I don't know what to really like think of uploading, and it just kind of goes to shit when I'm trying to figure out, oh, like, should I cover this game, should I cover that game, is it gonna do well? Who knows? It's a weird vibe, and I don't know why that is, but I'm just waiting for Marvel Rivals to come out as soon as possible, because that game looks so good. It has a battle pass, it has in-game currency, it just looks fantastic, and I can't wait to play it. I don't know when that will happen. I think, like I said, next year. The full game comes out next year, but the console beta comes out at the end of the month, I believe. It'll be interesting to see how the gameplay will evolve over time. And I really hate this map, by the way, too. It's terrible. Fucking Mojo Jojo's map is just so terrible. But at the same time, it's just kind of one of those things where it is what it is. So I am gonna call it there, though. I'm gonna go make another video about something, maybe another like Superman video or something, but that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, like, comment, and sub, and stay groovy.